This is the journalist Lyra McKee, who was killed last week whilst reporting on dissident Republicans' violence against the police. Now, at her funeral, there was an extremely poignant moment. Not only was it crowded with friends and family, but also some politicians too. Now, the vicar said, "I commend our political leaders for standing together." It was so poignant because the leader of the DUP and Sinn Féin were stood together. Now, let's have a look at what happened.
Does it take the death of a 29-year-old woman with her whole life in front of her?
And you can see the crowd start to applaud. The congregation now slowly start to get to their feet. And this wave comes forward, and see what happens next. They stand together and applaud. Also, the Irish Prime Minister here, and just out of shot there, Theresa May. And the reason this is so significant is the political discord between these two parties. Now, if we have a little bit of context here to what's been happening in Northern Ireland, of course, the government there that was, pinned together in the Good Friday Agreement collapsed in 2017. These parties were not united. That's not what we saw at the funeral. Of course, this collapse was all precipitated by the Cash for Ash financial scandal. And you can see there's a huge, long-going problems in Northern Ireland in terms of, what language they should be prioritising. But crucially, there's really significant differences in terms of the politics. The DUP now, of course, because Theresa May called that snap general election, have a huge say in what happens in Westminster. And Theresa May is reliant on them to pull through some parts of policy. Sinn Féin don't have that support at all. Now, something that's been mentioned by journalists was that, if only it didn't need a tragedy to make it so that these political groups came together. Jeremy Corbyn was at the funeral. He said today was a reminder of the vital importance of protecting the Good Friday Agreement. Also, the Irish Foreign Minister said, Northern Ireland demands more from us. We must work together to build a better future, and we will. What is really tragic is that it took the death of this journalist for some of these comments to come forward.